You were just waiting till I press start.
There's nothing more satisfying than the sound of a can opening.
And Coke running down your beard. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the 32. Now, I know we're doing a lot of 32 content lately, but we have to smash this out in the next, what do we got, 18 days?
I have no idea.
I'm not counting either, it's too scary. I think it's 18 days, I'm not sure. It's 18th Matsuri, it's 29th or the 30th now. Whatever, however many days there is and whatever this month is that's how many. So without all the fluff, let's just get straight into it. Last video, you saw that we were mucking around with the water lines. Now, we've removed the turbos completely because this is going to be a pain otherwise. So hot side is now completely off. We're back down to nothing on this side really. However, we have modified that pipe we were talking about. So give me a sec. Would you like to be my tripod, please? Terrified of hitting firewall. Voila! Ew. What came out of that? Ew.
Everything I cooked off the side of it while welding it.
Looks like it.
Dried coolant.
Crunchy. Anyway, that wasn't what I was going to try to show you. This is what I wanted to show you. We've got a pipe now, so come check out on the old motor how modified we've done this. Instead of keeping this guy, we ended up opting for putting two fittings onto the rail instead and blocking this one, cutting this one completely off, which was up here. Looks a lot neater and water returns nice and neat now for both turbos and pretty uniform. Got rid of this guy, we've hacked that off there. And if you have a look at the back here, I might come around. Cameraman. Glorified GoPro holder. Mobile tripod with legs. Yeah, so you can see this is actually quite modified from the other one here. So what we've done is we've turned the angle around here, and instead of going all the way around down there, cut that off, cut this little dude off down here, and we've just got this little guy here. This did take a bit of bending down, so you might notice there's a bit of a banana in this. So it is banana down to avoid my intake on the other side because I run that aftermarket Thailand intake, which got in the way a little. So yeah, I've done that thing where I forgot to breathe again. Now I am not the master welder here. This is yours truly, my walking tripod. Flip screen now.
Alright.
Yeah, so Benjamin done some really nice jobs on the welding, on the men's crocheting. And then we mushed the crap out of this. We could make this neater. We could have done this, you know, completely from nothing. But we are on a very tight time frame, so we're doing what we can with what we can, and making it work. So let's go back to that. So you might also notice another reason we didn't leave that hook on there is because it is virtually impossible to get this on, even without the turbos there. It would have probably been impossible to get this on with the hook on there. This is pushed way back. This is like a good maybe inch further than what most motors would sit anyway, because we're trying to get as much weight behind the strut towers as we can for better handling, better center of gravity, better feel for drifting and stuff like that as well. So I won't bore you with that, but yes, it is a bit of a pain when it comes to doing stuff like this, because then we made life difficult for ourselves. But we have the Skyline now, and I think that's perfectly right there. Voila! All nice and pretty. And we also did, where is it? This guy. So this is like a water neck, it's not exchange, it's a water neck collar joiner. It goes between this guy here and the top of the radiator intake pipe, which technically would go like that. And then swirl pot is, 1 second. Voila, this is one I prepared earlier. We got it back from Liam, it has the fittings, yay. So we've got our water feeds now. So then that'll go in there, and then that'll go there. So what we're doing is we're separating the radiator intake from the water pump. Don't fall down. So it kind of separates the hot and the cold water coming in and out of the motor. It's another night and another job. We are trying our best to get this car done, but we're running into a couple of problems here. This is actually a Honda Civic Durali thermo setup. I bought them because I wanted the thermos, but you can see here, this is a hella tight fit. We've got Liam's beautiful guard here, and then we've got the radiator mount underneath, so that's all really nice. and we're just figuring out how much we're gonna have to cut off this. This actually doesn't fit at all. We're just making it fit. It's a little higher than the radiator. You can see up under here. Actually, it looks pretty cool because it sucked all the air in, but I'm gonna have to put a piece of foam in there, I think. But yeah, so the bottom is extended probably half an inch lower than the radiator and that kind of stuff as well. So we're literally making this work, and you can see down the side it doesn't go to the edges. And the reason this is so is because I can't technically buy a shroud for this radiator, because this radiator is an S14 tucked radiator. It's meant to go in an S chassis under the rad support, and I'm putting it in an R chassis, and it's obviously not under the rad support because R chassis is a V shape down the bottom here, so it just won't work. But what we are trying to do is make this work. So we got a little issue though, because the fans are pretty beastie. I don't know if I can show you here because we don't really have too much of a light, but the fans almost hit the rad, but we have probably half a centimeter, so 5 mil or so in under there, so we should be able to trim a tiny little bit off the edge of the whole shroud, which will then allow us to clear the harmonic balancer. You see the 2 bolts, sorry, the 2 screws down there that are hitting the harmonic balancer, but if we can bring that in a couple of mil, it will come off. Funny enough, it's a bit of a jigsaw, but getting this thermo motor down past the water pump, you have to kind of go in, down, sideways, and back up again. So it does hit getting down, but yeah. The main issue here though is we just have to clear the harmonic balancer. Everything else is tight, but workable and manageable. Trying to suss out this bonnet prop situation for... Put you on the light back.
Yes, please.
You can have the light back.
Only mechanicking.
We've had to get a bit, what do you call it, not Houdini, a bit resourceful and make a 3-bolt Toyota flange out of mild steel because we cannot get one in stainless yet. Oh no, sorry, you're making this. Sorry, we can only get it in mild steel. We can't get a 3-bolt Toyota flange in stainless anywhere in time for Matsuri. There's nobody in this country stocks them apparently, which is really strange, but whatever. So Benjamin is destroying all the tools down in the shed, trying to make a 3-bolt Toyota stainless steel flange that we can then make a dump with. Meanwhile, I'm up here trying to figure out how this is supposed to be a Skyline, but it's apparently a Skyline, so we're following these guys, and I'm attempting to put on bonnet struts so we don't have to put the pole in the bonnet anymore, and these guys will come up. I think they go that way, which is weird, but yeah, sure. And then we've also installed the Optic 7, I think it's called, LED kit under the car. I have to sticker flex this. It was not fun. I'm sorry, Optic 7, you're getting a 1-star rating. This hardware is terrible. I cannot use any of this. So these are the clips that are meant to hold the aluminium LED strips. These guys are meant to clip into these guys. And then you have these little dudes that are somehow supposed to hold it all, but they don't hold in the clips. They just fall straight through. And I can get it. I'll show you for proof reasons. Why is this so hard? Get in the hole. You're too good for your hole.
Do you have any electric tape with you?
I got masking tape. Under the car it's orange. Ha 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 ha. So yeah, that just fell straight through the hole. So cannot use any of that. I then went down to the garage, grabbed a bunch of washers to try and wash it, fix them. It just became an absolute nightmare. And then these guys are meant to go on the ends, which again, tiny. So I unfortunately resorted to tech screwing my LEDs into my floor. But hey, if it works, it works. I've only put 2 on each side, and then I'm going to Sikaflex the rest of it in and just do blobs of Sikaflex. That way, if they have to come off, I can still get them off, but they will be fixed on pretty well. Turns out Skylines and putting neons on Skylines is pretty difficult because the fuel tank gets in the way at the back. Sorry, I'll grab a light. Yeah, so there's kind of very hard spots to kind of mount this. You'd want to optimally mount LEDs up under here, but this is not going to work. I also have a bash bar that's about to go in here, and that's going to come down. A lot of people would probably mount them on the edge of the lip here, right on the edge of the body kit, but if I rip my front and rear bar off drifting, that's just going to rip all my wiring out and make a mess. So I want it all attached to the car, so it's not attached to any of the kit on anything. No side skirts, no front bar, no rear bar. But it's pretty challenging because I've got my fuel tank in the way, and then there's absolutely nothing that I can really mount them to without making separate tabs. And I've got an exhaust that's going to come here as well, so a little tricksy. And the front ones, worse, because we've got such a pretty front now that I don't know where to mount them. So the bar for the LEDs is actually quite long. I could technically mount it on the bottom of this, but it'll come out about here, which is not optimal. So I'm probably gonna have to mount it on my front bar, I think, or maybe my back bar, or I don't know. That's why it's not on yet. I still gotta play around with that and see what I'm gonna do.
High-end measuring device patent pending. That's as far as
measuring device.
That's as close as you are to your radiator.
Context? As in my shroud hitting my radiator?
Destroy your radiator if I cut any more than that off.
Yeah, that's about a centimetre.
That's
Yeah,
how
so
close you
that's
are.
why I was saying cut about 5 mil, so half a centimetre, and we'll work from there. Because you can always cut more, you can't put more on.
Sweet. You can cut half of that. And
You cut half of that.
that should give you a fair bit of clearance on everything going on.
Yep. It's just going to make an absolute nightmare if I ever snap a belt. So more updates. The 180, wow, I said my the at the same time. My the 180 in Japan, aka, what did I even call it? Warui? Waruiti? I did, I called it Waruiti. Can you say Waruiti? W-A-R-U-T-Y. Don't say it with an Australian accent.
I'm too busy doing mathematics.
I don't like numbers. Anyway, so the 180 in Japan, aka Waruti, is with Rahab at rnation.jp. Hit him up if you guys want to import cars or you want to buy a drift car or anything like that. He gets cars weekly, finds all the really, really cool stuff, and he can get the car pretty much anywhere in Japan for you with a car truck and export, import, export kind of stuff as well. Anyway, 180 ended up having broken or absolutely destroyed engine mounts, so he's pulled all the engine mounts out. He pulled out the rear subframe, he pulled the diff mounts out, he just went ham doing all that, sent me a video, and then done all the front arms, so we've now got a whole bunch of new arms. So I'm pretty sure he pulled out the front, the S14 front that we put in there for that last couple of days of Matsuri and drifting when I was over there a couple of months back. So it's got a whole new front end, new arms, new knuckles now again, and other stuff. So I asked him if he could source me a boss kit, some seats and all that kind of stuff. So it could, oh, and a body kit. It's called the Yahoo Special, so you have to wait up for that one. Yeah, keen to go check that out. More good news, the house sold today. We are, well, it's kind of conditional, contractual, conditional, whatever, but December.
Yeah, offers, we haven't sold nothing yet.
It's sold.
We are
It's
in
sold.
negotiations and doing paperwork.
Yes. Okay, the legal side, but the house is, we had an offer, we accepted the offer, the buyer gave us the blah blah blah, and the buyer's happy, so, which means that no more baggage back here except for what we have here. So it's now time to tie up loose ends with the cars, get all these cars either running, fixed, or in a condition that we're happy to store them for quite a while, and then we go over to Ebisu Matsuri in November for the biggest and the most awesome of the yearly Matsuris. I'm trying on my tools. So that should be great. That's in about a month. And then in 20 days we have, 18, it's the first, isn't it? 17 days we've got Queensland Drift Matsuri, which we've also got Daigo Saito coming over for. We have Toshi King. So if you don't know Toshi King, he's a D1 driver in Japan. You would have seen him quite a lot of vlogs back when we went to Japan and we went to his workshop. We got to check out all these cars. He's also sponsored by TRA, Kyoto, Hot Wheels, so you would have seen his cars like a little Hot Wheels and stuff as well. Really, really cool dude. Looks like he's out of a Visual K band, which is sick. And yeah, he's coming over to drive for Queensland Matsuri as well. So we've got that. More good news. We've got lots of stuff going on right now. Sakura Creative is coming up from Sydney. So I met them a couple of years back when we went down for the Women in Drifting and some of the ADC, Australian Drift Club competitions and drifting stuff down there. I loved all their designs and all their creative flair with everything, with all their liveries, their stickers, their merchandise. So I hit them up about the 32 and asked if they would be interested in doing a livery for the R32 for Matsuri. It's last minute. It's insane. We designed it on the go and came up with it together, but I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's going to be pretty freaking baller, and if you know the engine bay, it'll kind of give you a couple of hints as to the theme of what we're going to go with this. But I've also got more updates. We've got the Desmonds back. Desmond Y Sports have come back from resto, so massive thank you to Samet. They were on the S14, unfortunately got damaged several months ago. They are now repaired and they look beautiful. The intent is to get them back onto this format series. So I know we got working clips and they're really cool, but I was actually going to use these for skidders. So they fit really nicely without spacers. See? But I love my Desmond Y Sports on this car with the layout, the color scheme. So with the dark blue on the white, I think it looks mint, and I really think they're going to pop with the rest of this livery. I'm not going to spoil you with the livery designs. I'll show you after we start getting that together. But Sakura Creative are coming up in 48 hours, driving all the way up from Sydney to come wrap this for the next half of the week. So you'll see them at the end of this week, and we will be very, very, very busy smashing out this car, trying to get as much done as we can for Matsuri. I had Aaron around the other day. Aaron is a Toyota whiz and a wiring whiz. He does the crazy cool stuff with cars, especially Toyotas. So we done a feature on him not too long ago on it's on the Car Culture series, and it was the Aaron RE65 coupe with a it was a Sora motor. I'm pretty sure it was a turbo Sora motor. So it was really, really, really cool car. He's an awesome dude, and I've known him for a long, long time. So I hit him up the other day. I'm like, bro, how do we make this JZZ30 Holo Dash talk to a Haltech? So he's working on that now. So we've pulled it out, and he's taken the dash and some wiring and stuff, and he's going to try his best to try and get that to work. I've also hit up Johan De Silva, also in one of the Car Culture series with the MX-5s, because he has a hookup for Power Tune and has recommended that I get the Anime Girl flashy thing. But yeah, no, so Haltech won't let me run my analog gauges, unfortunately. I probably could screw around and get it to work, but time frames will not allow me to do that right now. So what I'm going to do is try and get a Power Tune, so it will replace these guys. And so my tuner, Jesse at Matic Tuning, is not going to hate me when he can't see anything diagnostic wise about the car and what the car's doing, what temps it's at, etc, etc. So yeah, we have a lot to go and a lot left. But yeah, so we have done a freaking lot, but we've also got so much left to go. So gonna crack more into it. I won't show you too much on this one tonight because we've just got to grind down this radiator shroud and try and get this working, which will take us a few hours.
We worked it out off the radiator clearance. Unfortunately, that's not swell pot clearance. So you gotta take.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
This much more out of here too.
Oh damn!
That would be the radiator pipe, so we gotta clear that.
Well, hold on, I need my torch. Have you got the torch?
It's on charge.
It's on charge. Let me get my little flashlight so we can show the gas. Oh no! More problems and obstacles with custom things because I'm an idiot and went full custom, and I should have just done the seat time thing.
Luckily, there's already holes underneath there for the where people dying, or like cut the holes for the.
Ah yes. Yeah. So under all this, there's rubber flaps, and
so one of them.
Yeah, that might be pretty.
One of them runs about there anyway.
I have to cut it a bit lower for me.
It runs.
Can I have the tester?
Runs there. I feel it in there.
And fluff on the end of it.
I don't know how much of a shroud's going to be left at the end of all this, but...
That's fine, as long as it works. Liam can always make us another shroud. Liam, we might need shroud, but later problem. Let's just get it running.
Alright YouTube, I need help to get this out, so laters.
Yes. Alright, gotta go. I'll catch you guys in the next one. That was more of an update. Stay tuned and the madness will continue. Is it technically mad if we're enjoying it? Roller coaster. Well, I mean, it could be worse. We could be working on a Tesla. I would not be enjoying that. Yeah, no, I'd flag too.